Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Animenomi channel. Zoro is the first mate of the Straw Hat Pirates, as confirmed in the live-action series, which had not been directly mentioned in the anime before. However, now is the time for Zoro to make his biggest decision as the second leader of the Straw Hat Pirates, preventing Bonney from joining the Straw Hat Pirates. But before we continue with the video, it's important for you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Only then will you awaken your devil fruit and become even more powerful. Now let's get to the video. Guys, recently in the manga, we saw that Bonney finally discovered that Luffy is the incarnation of the sun god Nika, which happened because he was born destined for a great feat, all thanks to his devil fruit, the animenomi in the Nika model, which chose him when he was still young. The sun god became an important part of Bonney's life thanks to her adoptive father, Kuma, who told her about how amazing he was, fighting for good and liberation, also referring to him as someone with a body like rubber who could fight in any way he imagined. Since she separated from her father, Bonney has always tried to gain fame and recognition with the goal of getting his attention and reuniting with him. Meanwhile, Kuma always avoided his daughter to protect her, teleporting away when she got close. In the end, one thing was common between the two in their journeys. Both hoped to one day find Nika, the sun god, someone so important that even mentioning him was forbidden by the world nobles. And now in Egghead, Bonney has finally achieved her goal of finding Nika, realizing that Luffy was the one she always waited for. At this point, many are expecting Bonney to join the Straw Hat Pirates since she's been without a crew for a while and has been adventuring in Egghead alongside Luffy and his companions. However, this is unfortunately unlikely to happen. When Bonney was introduced, saving Zoro from becoming a target of the Sakai's Seifu and preventing a buster call on Sabaody, we didn't realize that we were witnessing a big revelation. On that day, Bonney saw Zoro about to attack Sharlos, a world noble, for having previously attacked the pirate. Zoro easily dodged the attack and prepared to retaliate. At that moment, Bonney leaped at Zoro, stopped him from attacking, knocked him to the ground, and threw tomato juice on his face to fake that he had been shot. She also called him her brother and pretended to cry for his supposed death, all while transformed into a child. What we didn't realize at that moment was that this was actually Bonney's true form. After all, at that time, Bonney was only 10 years old, turning 12 after the time skip. Garsha Saturn, one of the 5 elders, conducted a series of experiments to test if a devil fruit could be transferred to a baby without the baby consuming it directly. During these experiments, Bonney ended up acquiring the Toshi no Mi, a Paramecia type devil fruit. This fruit gives her the power to control the aging process of almost anything, including herself, other people, and even objects. With the Toshi no Mi, Bonney can accelerate or decelerate aging freely, but only temporarily when it comes to living beings. This means she can make someone appear younger or older, including herself, which explains the form we know her in, the adult form she usually uses during her actions in the anime and manga. Since episode 1089 of One Piece, we've seen Bonney alongside the Straw Hat Pirates. However, this doesn't mean she will continue traveling with them, despite what many fans, and even she and Luffy might hope for. After all, the Straw Hat Pirates now know her true story, including her real age and everything she has been through. For this reason, even though Luffy may act as animatedly as always and even invite Bonney to join his crew, the other Straw Hats may not accept it. It would be similar to what we saw at the beginning of the One Piece series, when Luffy, at just 7 years old, asked to join Shanks' crew, which Shanks obviously immediately refused, not because he already imagined Luffy would be the sun god, but because the boy was extremely young to travel with his crew. We could even imagine that Shanks didn't take him in for fear of him becoming a target and needing to be saved by Luffy instead of focusing on their own battles. And after Luffy obtained the sun god fruit, it was safer for the boy to remain hidden on a remote island. Zoro Zoro will likely be the one responsible for preventing Bonney from joining the Straw Hat Pirates crew for the reasons we've mentioned earlier, and we know that Zoro is capable of opposing and asserting himself when he believes it's necessary. We see this, for example, when Zoro stood by Luffy's side when Luffy decided to face Usopp to determine who would keep the going merry. They truly fought for the ship, and Zoro told Nami that it was necessary, that Luffy needed to behave like their captain. As I mentioned earlier in the video, throughout the One Piece anime, we knew that Zoro was Luffy's right-hand man. Later, it was indicated that he was one of the wings of the Pirate King alongside Sanji. Now, finally, we have confirmation directly from the One Piece live action that Zoro is second in command, the first mate of the Straw Hat Pirates, capable of making decisions alongside Luffy. Another possibility that many imagine for Bonney's fate is to use her high command in Vegapunk's hierarchy for the world government and escape with the survivors of the satellites, Vegapunk's clones. After all, we saw that Bonney really wanted to escape with the original, but she was prevented by Saturn's attack that injured him, and shortly after that by Kizaru's attack on Sanji, which proved lethal to Vegapunk, apparently ending the scientist's life. In this way, when Bonney escapes, her only option would be to fight to ensure that Vegapunk's goals and dreams are realized, thereby creating her new crew, which initially would be one of the most powerful of all time, since she would have pacifistas by her side. However, many still believe that there are new roles to fill in the Straw Hat Pirates crew, and Bonney would be perfect for one of these roles. After all, she would be a great spy for the crew if necessary. However, the Straw Hat Pirates are not exactly known for analytical acts. Luffy, most of the time, acts impulsively, so there wouldn't be a need for a spy. Moreover, when Luffy invites someone to the crew, he does so because he wants that person by his side, and in this case, a spy wouldn't make sense as they would be away for extended periods. Still, it would be very interesting to see Bonney sailing alongside the Straw Hat Pirates. I would really like to see a new member join the crew. However, it's unlikely we'll see that happen. I imagine Bonney will continue to pursue her own goals in her own way, not traveling alongside Luffy and his crew. But please, comment on what you thought of the video and what you expect for the future of the One Piece manga. That's a wrap for today's content. We hope you enjoyed it and want to share your thoughts on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and catch you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.